Bam! Hey everybody, right now I'm at Brisbane International Airport, just having a lunch, bagel, and I have some time before my flight takes off, so giving my thoughts and recap of Over the Top, Down Under. Those of you long-time followers out there will know that I was at the first Over the Top Down Under back in 2022. That was what sparked my international arm wrestling journey these past 3 years. Coming out of COVID, it was the first big international tournament that I entered, and wow, did the production live up to standards and even go beyond what any of my wildest expectations were. Those 3 years ago, going over with my friends Valen, Josh, Ju, Wisely. Those are some of the best memories I've had competing overseas. And when Tom and Phil announced that Over the Top Down Under was coming back this year, there was no question in mind that I wanted to go compete. Fortunately, schedules lined up and I was able to make it, albeit during a period of time of a lot of busy things happening. My own arm wrestling gym having just opened a month ago, and 1 month later, also having the Singapore Open happening, which I'm part of the organizing team of as the tournament director. So a lot of things going on, so much chaos, but still able to find some time to carve out and support Australian arm wrestling in yet another legendary event. This time we saw big names. Devin Larratt, the entire Larratt family was there. And so great to catch up with Auden again. Auden, as you know, we've had some interactions before in the past, a little bit of rivalry going there, something very minor. Supposed to have a match, but it didn't end up happening in the end. Would still love to have a match with him, especially now seeing his level. I still think that a match between us might be close. So any promoters out there, if you're still interested in seeing that, hit me up, hit Auden up, make it happen. But talking more about the event and myself at the event, I competed in the 80 kilo class, right and left hand. Last time I did so as well at 80 kilos. This time with a little bit more mileage under my belt, a little bit more experience, a little bit stronger. Last time I came in 8th place. This time, I really thought that I would get a medal, get at least a top 3 finish. But unfortunately, things did not pan out as I would have hoped. On the right hand, came in 6th out of 49 people. This was probably the biggest tournament bracket that I've ever been a part of. Almost 50 people in the bracket in my class. And, 6 out of 49 may sound impressive to some people, but deep down inside, I'm still very disappointed in myself. I know that I definitely deserved a top 3 spot just based on my strength, based on how I felt against my opponent. But, I don't want to go too deeply into this because I've already made multiple posts on my Instagram, Facebook, TikTok about the sort of questionable refereeing standards at the event. Don't want to throw blame anymore. I know the Australian arm wrestling ref team is still very new. They still have a lot to work on, but they're doing their best. A lot of them, all of them, are volunteers. They were not paid for this, and doing it out of the kindness and passion of their hearts. I may have said some things a little bit harsh, criticizing the ref team at the event, but know that I meant no disrespect. I meant nothing to offend anyone, and if I have done so, I apologize. But I still do maintain my position and my opinions about the refereeing standards and how they can be improved at the event. Left hand wisely took home the gold as expected. We really were hoping for Robbie Capone, who is a legendary left-handed arm wrestler in Australia, to show up, but unfortunately he did not. Wisely didn't really have any competition on the left hand, so walked home with quite an easy left-handed championship title. And coming out of this event, seeing the level of Australian arm wrestling and how it's progressed, where the level is at right now, I have a lot of ideas cooking up for future matches. I personally would like to organize a sort of Southeast Asia versus Australia event sometime next year, maybe in the middle of next year. Let everyone rest up, have another good training cycle, and put it together. I was just talking with some friends earlier this morning, and the matches that I sort of threw around, possibly Taron Broad versus Guy Tanapat, Zhu Zhiyu versus Sam Burnett, myself versus Gary Koshnitsky, maybe Valen Lowe versus Hamza Hodzik. These are some of the ideas that I have floating around. I'm sure there are way more great matches to be had. And if you are from, Southeast Asia or Australia, Oceania, or even anywhere around the world, and you have any matches that you want to see happen, feel free to let me know in the comments or in my Instagram DMs. But wow, the production this level, put on by Phil, Tom, the entire production crew, went above and beyond what happened last time. So crazy. The venue, I heard, cost them an arm and a leg. So if it's still available, guys, buy the pay-per-view, support Australian arm wrestling. I know that this really cost them a lot, not just in terms of finances, but also, time and effort on their part. And for those of you guys who don't know, Singapore arm wrestling and Australian arm wrestling have had a long history together. We both started almost at the same time in the early 2010s, and friendships that have gone back more than a decade and a half at this point. We've always had close ties, good friendships, and we will continue to do so, continue to support each other. Southeast Asia, Oceania, we're all pretty small communities in the grand scheme of things in the arm wrestling world. We're all very new to the sport, and we can only benefit from helping each other, supporting each other, continuing to grow together. Very happy with where things are at right now in terms of the arm wrestling growth, both in Southeast Asia and in Australia, New Zealand. I'm looking forward to future interactions between our communities. And next big thing for me, Singapore Open in little over a month. If you guys want to sign up, sign-ups are still open. Registration link is in the description below. Gonna be Singapore's biggest ever event yet. Maybe not quite on the same scale as Over the Top, but we'll get there one day. I'm gonna be leading the team of referees as tournament director, running the brackets, as well as leading referees along with my head referee. And we're hoping to set a good standard for Singapore, for Southeast Asia, and all internationals are welcome. If you want more details, feel free to DM me or comment, or just check out the link in the description. I'm hoping to see as many of you out there as possible. 29th and 30th of November is the date of the competition. There's going to be prize money, nothing crazy, but also East versus West medals for the open class and pro class. So those of you who want that piece of glory from East versus West, definitely come down, support us. We need all the help we can get. And it's going to be great. It's going to be great. Catch you guys there.